Odilo TV here, back with another stream for you guys. Yeah, y'all hit that like, subscribe, bell icon so y'all can be notified of this real, because y'all know Odilo keeps it real. Yeah, you guys, I'm a little tired, but let's get into this. Right? I'm going to do another live on another subject in the morning, but let's get into this, right? According to Bob Arum, because I listened to, the little bit of Blue Blood Sports TV interview, right, with Bob Arum. And according to Bob Arum said they gave Frank Martin everything he wanted down to the penny, right? They gave him everything he wanted down to the penny. So where is all this 50-50 coming from now, right? This is the reason why the negotiations and the purse bid got took off the table. So, as it furthers, as it goes along, Frank Martin is just getting, more and more exposed, right? And also I was looking at something, on BoxRec, right? Because I wasn't really sure that Errol Spence Jr. wasn't a real promoter. But when I was looking at BoxRec, and I'm looking at the person who's promoting all these fights for Frank Martin and doing all this stuff, is Tom Brown. Right? And the reason that I started looking up that type of stuff is because Bob Arum, he said he wasn't negotiating with Man Down. He was negotiating with Tom Brown. So what I'm thinking, this is just my opinion, right? This is just my opinion. But what I'm thinking is that Errol Spence Jr., he just got his name attached to Frank Martin, right? He's not really his promoter. And, he's not cutting no checks or nothing like that for Frank Martin, right? His name is just attached to him. And, he just shows up to his events, to give him more, publicity, right? And he probably gets a little change off of that, right? He probably gets a little change just for showing up and, and showing love and, and saying that he on Man Down's promotion, right? Because I was looking at this, right? Let me share this screen. As you guys can see, this is Frank Martin. As you guys can see, this is Frank Martin, right? And I just was looking at I go to the event, right? I went to the event, right? His last fight was promoted by Tom Brown. Look, promoter, Tom Brown, Samson. It doesn't say nothing about Man Down in there. Then in his first fights, it was getting promoted by some other guy. Right, let's go back to his first couple of fights. They was getting promoted by this guy, Damon Howard. Right? It has nothing to do with Errol Spence Jr. Because if Errol Spence Jr. was promoting these fights, you would see his name right there, right? You would see Man Down Promotions. But no, you see Tom Brown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go to his fifth fight. Let's go 5 fights back. Look, Tom Brown and Manny Pacquiao. See? This is how you know when the promotional company is real. Don't you see how Manny Pacquiao name is right there with Tom Brown? So, Me, I just was looking into that. I was like, man, Earl not a real promoter. Right. And then I was saying, and then I thought back to when Floyd Mayweather, when he said, like, if you ain't cutting checks, if you can't write $1 million check to a fighter, or you can't cut this, or you can't do that, you're not a real promoter. Right. And who was he talking to? Like, I mean, like, it's obvious that he was talking to the guys on his side of the street, right? Because they always go around saying that they own boss and they own this and they own that. Right? So salute to the playback game too. Salute to the playback game. Yeah, man. But I just was looking at this. I'm like, man, like Earl not a real promoter. Then Bob Arum come out. He further exposes Frank Martin, right? He further exposes Frank Martin, and it's like, come on, bro, like just stop capping, right? And then the word out that that what's the name that Javante Davis, he didn't really offer him no fight or nothing like that. So, bro, man, like the writing is on the wall. What happened, right? They trying to keep all these fights in house. They probably knowing the PBC, they probably slid Frank Martin a couple dollars not to fight. Not to fight Shakur Stevenson, just so they can keep the fight in house. Right, so they can keep everything in house, so they can freeze out Shakur Stevenson, because this is what this is all about. It's about freeze out Shakur Stevenson time, right? Make him leave Top Rank. This is what they trying to do. This is what Al Heyman's trying to do, right? He's trying to make Shakur Stevenson leave Top Rank and come over to the PBC to get these fights, right? Like, man, if he want the names, he gonna have to come to the PBC just like Crawford did. Right? Like, even though that's fucked up, but man, this is just how the PBC fighters play it. Right? And this is how Al Heyman wanted, because it's like, okay, at least if they do get their ass whooped, I get all the money. Right? All the money is on my promotional company. So it makes my promotional company look good. And, I receive all the dough for it. So it doesn't matter if they get their ass whooped or not. Right? Even though I'm advising them not to take these fights. Right? Because I'm pretty sure that Tom Brown and Al Heyman and all these people, they was all in Frank Martin's ear. And, and telling him not to take this fight. I mean, come on, man. And Frank Martin, he could have went against all that and said, no, I really want to fight. I'm going to take it. I need that $1 million. But no, it's obvious that he didn't really feel like he could beat Shakur. Right? Because now you're talking about 50-50. Huh? 50-50 for what? Right? Like, you never fought for no belt. You never fought for nothing. You haven't really even fought a good name like that. Right? Man, the Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson thing is a different scenario. It's totally different. Shakur Stevenson is just as accomplished, not just, like he's just as accomplished as Devin Haney. He's a 2-division lineal champion. You know what I'm saying? Like, Devin Haney was undisputed in 1 division. Shakur Stevenson was a 2-division lineal champion. So, I mean, hey, he got a right to speak up. Now, Frank Martin, bro, he don't got no right to say nothing about nothing. Take your bread. If you feel like you can win, you do what you got to do to win, bro. But it's obvious that you didn't think you can win, so you got up out of there. Nothing wrong with that either. Right? But don't go around capping, saying I ain't duck shit. Yes, you did. See, the thing about what Frank Martin he didn't think he was going to get the same energy. You feel what I'm saying? But you got to understand, bro, you're going to get the same energy that we're going to give it to all of y'all. Right? Except for these certain fanboys, right? They give certain fighters a pass. Right? But yeah, man. So Bob Arum, he let it be known that Frank Martin and the team, he got everything he wanted down to the penny. Then they sent the contract, and then they denied the contract after they agreed to everything he wanted. Right? Man, but Bob Arum, he even said, man, I thought it was a little steep, but I agreed to it anyway, right? Because I wanted to fight for Shakur. Man, like, and the reason that he thinking that it's a little steep because, man, because Frank Martin, he ain't never made over 400,000. Right? So giving him $1 million is kind of steep. Shit, but Bob Arum said, fuck it. Let's do it for Shakur. And what he do? He got his ass up out of Dodge, now going around capping. Like, people gonna believe that. Nah, bro. Oh, Shakur Stevenson, he priced himself out. How can Shakur price himself out? How? How could Shakur price himself out when they agreed to all the terms? Man, if he didn't want to agree to it, he should have said something, before they took it off, before they took the purse bid off the table. Man, and the reason that the PBC, they did that so fast because they didn't want nobody else to bid on the fight. Right? So the PBC, they agreed to all the, to all that stuff just to get the purse bid off the table. Right? As quick as possible. They got that purse bid off the table quick as possible. Right? Because they already know. Man, because they already know if it go to purse bid and another promotional company get the fight, right? And another promotional really get the fight. Come on, bro. Like, they didn't even want to go through none of that. Right? So they hurry up and agreed, got the purse bid off the table. Then when the contract got rid up and got sent, they denied the contract. Right? After getting everything they wanted. Man, and now you coming on the internet saying I ain't duck shit. Yes, you did. It is what it is, though, but man, you can't lie to us. Right? Man, and then Earl going around, man, and then they got all these people who going around saying that Earl here a promoter. Earl ain't no real promoter, bro. Earl ain't cutting no checks. Earl ain't cutting no checks, bro. Earl is not a real promoter. Earl name just associated with Frank Martin. Man, he probably get a couple dollars just for a walkthrough or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as cutting a check for Frank Martin and making sure he paid and no, man, that he getting he probably getting some money for promoting him, off his name. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, he not cutting no checks. So people got to stop that. Oh, Earl a promoter. Earl is Frank Martin promoter. So why he don't be in none of these negotiations? Right? If Earl is a real promoter, why he don't be in none of these negotiations? None of them. See, it always be Tom Brown now. So yeah, man. Yeah, you guys, man. Like it's weird, man. Like it is what it is, though. It is what it is. But man, we gonna talk about the shit. As a matter of fact, like we could talk about it tonight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I got time. Terrence Bud Crawford has went in. Right? This guy on the screen went in on Danny and Keith Thurman, right? Man, like, and we already know some of these Earl sexual PBC fanboys, we already know what they're about to, like they gonna try to say that he ducking Danny and Keith. Watch. Oh man, but now he don't even want to fight Danny and Keith, and he do like, even though, you know what I'm saying, like Errol Spence Jr. he can do it, but Crawford, he ain't gonna be able to do it. Watch. Man, but Danny Garcia trying to circle back around. Like, nah, bro, you got offered $3 million, your highest payday, and you turned it down. You said you didn't see that. I didn't see it. You said you didn't see it after saying you your own promoter. right? You turned it down. That was your fault. Keith Thurman, you said, go and get a belt, I'll fight you. Do this, jump through this hurdle, right? Man, he ain't even fought nobody like Kell Brook, right? Like, come on, bro. Like, y'all done sent this man through all that stuff, and now, man, shit, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, right? Man, and now y'all begging. Oh, please fight me. No. Right? Because when I was chasing y'all for years, what y'all do? Y'all shitted on me. Come on, man. And I don't want to hear no Earl sexual, even though I already know that, that it's probably going to come about, right? I don't really want to hear no Earl sexual or no person, no PBC fanboy, no PBC cult member, right? Oh, Terrence Crawford, he ducking Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman. He don't want to fight them. He said, right? What kind of man do that? Man, because we know that y'all just, y'all pure hypocrites. Y'all will forget about Errol Spence Jr., what Errol Spence Jr. did to Keith Thurman all these years, right? Y'all just forget that. No, homie, that's different. Wow. Come on, bro. Man, it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, you guys. Man, I'm going to leave it right there, man. But Earl ain't a real promoter. Frank Martin, has really been exposed, And, hey, it is what it is, man. I know he probably hot at Blue Blood, though. Right? I know he probably pissed off at Blue Blood. Like, bro, what are you... Man, because Blue Blood got fucking Bob Arum on the phone and asked Bob some questions. And Bob was like, homie, we gave him everything down to the penny. I didn't want to do it, but we still did it anyway for Shakur, basically. Man, to get him that fight. And then we draw up a contract, send a contract to him, and then they deny the contract after agreeing to all the money and everything. Come on, bro. It is what it is, man. Salute to the playback gang. Appreciate every last one of you guys. I'm gone.